Okay, so in this video we're going to look at the different bricks that are available in Frog. This one is going to be focusing on the text and pictures brick. To do this you're going to need a Frog page already created. I assume you already know how to do that if you're already this far. Once you've created your Frog page, I want you to go into it, and just before we actually edit the page and have a look at the bricks, I want you to take a look up in the top right hand corner at this little bit of what looks like folded over paper. If you click that, it will take you to the Frog community site. There's all sorts of bits and pieces on here, but if you scroll down and click tech support, that will take you through to the tech support area, and then click knowledge base. This will bring you through to a wiki that Frog have put together, and it is actually incomplete at the moment. However, it does have information about Frog and all the different Frog bricks. I just wanted us to have a quick look at what it says about the text and pictures brick, which is here. Okay, so we can see the description says the text and pictures Frog brick allows you to add blocks of text and images to your page, and then it's got a bit of an example. There is a bit of information on here. It's worth looking at, but we're going to look at it in a little bit more detail. So I've gone over and I've gone to edit my page, and up the top here under the menu we have bricks. Now the text and pictures brick is this one with the little picture icon there, and to put a brick on a page, you just select the brick and then drag it down onto the page. Once you have a brick on the page, it will usually have a little bit of text to tell you what it is or how to edit it. Here we've got double click to add text and or pictures, so I'm going to double click, and this brings up the editing box for the text and pictures brick. So if we start from the left, we have the first three icons are cut, copy and paste. They're pretty self-explanatory. The next one along is font style. That has a range of fonts. So if we were to type, I'm going to type in here, hello world, and highlight that text, I can change the style of the font to something that's a bit more appropriate. Next one along here we have font size. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Takes you up to has 7 options. So that's a 7 there. Take it down to a 6. So different options there for how large you want your font. Okay. Text colour. So turn that into a yellow one. There we go. Bold, italic and underline, we all know what these do. And then we also have the alignment icons here. So I'm going to make that centered. There you go. And then we also have the indenting and outdenting options here. Bulleted list. So if we set up a list, I can then select these, stick them in the list. So you've got a bulleted list there, numbered list. If I want to break up the page, I can use the horizontal rule. That'll stick a line across the middle. And then we move on to the more interesting icons over here. Now the first one is an edit image button. That's greyed out at the moment, and what we're going to do is we're going to import an image to have a look at what that does. We'll do that in a second. The next icon here we've got is insert table. When you click this, it'll ask you how many rows and columns you want. If you know what cell padding and cell spacing are, then obviously feel free to change those. Cell padding is essentially the amount of room within the cell itself, and then cell spacing is how far apart the cells are spaced. And then border width, again, if it's 0 it won't have a border. I'm going to put 1 in there so we can see a table. There we go. And if you click that table, you can edit the different options there. I'm going to get rid of that and move on to the next item, which is a insert link icon. Now links in Frog can be done in lots of different ways, and I'm going to demonstrate that here. So I've got Hello World. Oh no, I haven't. I've got Hello World. Okay. Now we'll first look at just linking this to an external site. So I'm going to go to the internet page, and then I simply type in the address here. If, however, I want it to go to, say, another Frog page that I've created, then I can go into all files and then find that Frog page. So say I want it to link to a page in the ICT folder, I can pick this, click OK, and that will link to that area. We also have actions, so I pick an action, a drop down list of all the various actions that are available. Now a lot of these are for advanced users, or if you're building some sort of dynamic content, but it's nice to know that they're there. We also have things like email address, Frog widgets, and the various shortcuts that will be available on your system. Next icon along is the insert image icon, and we're going to actually insert an image, and then we're going to look at this edit image button once we've inserted one. So I'm going to click insert image. Remember, if you want to use an image from your machine, you will have to upload it into Frog first, which is also covered in a previous video. I'm going to use this picture that says the 22nd. Select your picture. Okay, there we have it. Now once you've inserted your picture, you can resize it using the at the side. You can also turn a picture into a link. So if you'd rather the user clicked the picture as a link, then we can go back here, click insert link, and we'll have all of the same options that we did before. Now we're going to look at the edit image button, which has now come to life since we have an image and we've selected it. If we click the edit image button, we have one option, which is alternative text, and what this will allow you to do is have some text pop up as it when you hover your mouse over the image. But it will also work if you have a person with a disability using the screen reader. So if we just quickly preview the page, we can see a pop-up text is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this image, okay, and start from scratch. So I double click, I'm going to have Hello World at the top. Now I want to have this as a title, so I'm going to make it bold and underline. I'm going to make it Arial black, and I'm also going to make it size 6. I also want that text to be in the middle, and just to add a little bit more organisation to the page, I'm going to put a horizontal line in there, and I want to have an image. But to insert image, I'm going to pick my 22nd picture again, click OK, and I'm going to have that link to another page, and I'm going to link it to page in ICT Home. There we go. I'm then going to click OK, preview the page, and you can see I've got my Hello World at the top, bold and underlined, my dividing line, and my arrow turns into a hand when I hover over the 22nd. I can click that button, it will take me through to the ICT home page. I'm going to get rid of that. So what we're looking at the moment is the editing area of the text and pictures brick. I'm going to double click again, and that will open it back up, so I can now re-edit. So just as an example, we might have done some work, the students have used it, and we've decided we want to refine it a bit, so we go back in and we want to edit it. So I can put Hello World 1 or change some of the content. The last two buttons that I wanted to look at here is the strict formatting button. This would be used if you copy and pasted some work from, say, Microsoft Word that had all sorts of formatting, and actually you didn't want all of the different formatting, you didn't want the bold text, you didn't want the italic text. Use this to remove all of that and just have the content. So the very last button here, okay, is the frog tags button. I'm going to give that a click, and frog tags are basically variables within Frog that relate to either an item in Frog or the user. They're an advanced tool, but it does allow you to do quite cool things like have the person's name pop up regardless of who it is. We'll talk more about these in a different tutorial though. And that is the text and pictures brick.